The first thing that we thought of was legislation reform. We believe that proper legislation isn't in place for youth that are, committing violence. We need to have specific laws because, as we all know, we do not have a juvenile court here in the city for youth. Another was alternative programs. For example, the cadet. When a youth commits a crime, he's under 18, because a youth is classified from 15 to 29. So if he's under 18, he's sent to the youth cadet corps, which he, go through his training to better off his thinking and personality, etc.
And to add to this cadet program, well, when we're talking about juvenile justice, we're talking about juveniles that are already in the system, meaning that they have committed some kind of offense, right? But before we think about that, we needed to decide what we're going to do before and after, and we just came to the conclusion that we cannot, we are at a disadvantage for one, because we do not have a justice system. We do not have a court of justice per se for juveniles, so we are already at a disadvantage. Either you have family court or you go to Supreme Court, and none of the courts really fit juveniles. So for our cadet program, we have cadet programs in Belize, but it's basically a program that you go to and you spend your time and then you leave. Majority of the youth that are committing these crimes out there, they commit it because they have other people that can help them. You have drug dealers, we give them only $10. In this program, we would like to say that you could actually offer them incentives. You get to leave money for whatever amount of work you do, right? So even if the program exists, at least give them an incentive that it's not just a place of punishment, but a place that you can actually earn some capital and you can sustain your own self.
So what would be your input regarding the minister's announcement this Thursday of opening a training program in Pine Ridge?
There's a journalist here for the press conference.
No. I mean, they just announced this, so then we should be saying to the government, listen, what is your program that you're going to run there with the BDF? Do you have counselors there for the young people?
But we agree, but I agree, but I just think that we need to. Well, I agree. We just need to restructure our system, because if we are talking about justice system, we don't even have a court of justice. So if we don't have a court of justice, we don't even have laws. So what would determine those factors? How can we go to a military platoon and then we don't even have structure in place in order to reach a punishment? Right? So how can we go to that area? So we need to revise the whole system, then come up. And I believe that's even a last option. That's a last option. Right? You go through the phases, then you go to that as a last option, because that's like detention. Right?
Question, we talk about the juvenile court. It will be based on the crime the juvenile commit. Right? Because once a murder, that's straight to Supreme Court no matter what. That's the
yes, but it would depend, because it's like our Supreme Court basically deal with, major crimes. So we're asking for a juvenile court, because regardless of what, if you older,
you can't say regardless of what, because then does it make a difference if a 22-year-old shoot somebody than a 14-year-old shoot somebody? Because at that point in age, he don't know what is right and wrong. So by the time he pick up that gun there and he go shoot somebody, the thing is that he is an adult in the sense that he don't know what he's supposed to do. So he forgot a Supreme Court.
Here. And hence the reason we need to define, because you have minors and you have adults. Right? Hence the reason we need to define. And right now it's not really defined.
Juvenile,
right?
From the age of 14.
As a more clarification.
And in that, continue.
As a more of a clarification, the thing is that the whole justice system needs to get ramped over.
Yes.
Because I'll be honest with you,
I know they say I'll do it,
but if I want to kill somebody, I run them over and get charged for manslaughter.
Of course,
get bail,
because the punishment does not fit the crime.
Right?
Yes.
And the thing is, they're even worse now, because women get dangerous these days. Yeah, but at the price, they don't forget life in prison because she burned the husband. So, man, the shoot man, I still the work. Upon top of it, if you do a robbery, you get 10 years. If you kill somebody,
Yeah. That was the same thing that we were
That's
speaking
what
about
we were
in the group.
discussing.
Yeah.
That's why we said that the whole system needed to be restructured because the punishment does not fit the crime.
when you have that squad.
You really talk about because we're not
No, right now, that squad does.
Alright, so let's wrap it up.
Any more questions?
Alright.
Oh, we were.
Oh my God,